We are live. 2 minutes late, but we didn't miss the green flag. That's the part that is important. Welcome in, everybody. I've got a few here already. Looks like 6 of you here. We got Denny Van, Elijah are both here. Those are the only two I've seen in the chat so far. Looks like Denny Van's got a pulled muscle. Not a pull muscle or a torn muscle? Which one was it? I gotta read here. Tore a muscle. Okay. Ouch, that sounds like it's painful. Well, I hope you're doing all right. Alrighty. I'm a little late, just a teeny bit. Boost is here. There he is, our resident Harrison Burton fan. You gonna be the resident Harrison Burton fan there, Boost. All right, they're going through the running order real quick. The cartoons are so weird. Wow, Ricky Stenhouse is jacked in his cartoon. I don't like these cartoons, dude. Just give me a picture. Pictures are fine. I just hope the racing is decent after yesterday. We had great racing yesterday, and it was pretty good. You might have also noticed that the scoring ticker is a little different today. Normally, I only show about the top 15 to top 20. But today, being it's Talladega, and there's so much going on all around the racetrack, I decided to use the full scoring table. So it looks a little goofy. Couldn't find anything to put up in like this corner up here to cover up, because right now it's just nothing. So right now that's what I've got up in there. Just kind of a different scoring option, but it allows us to see all 38 cars, because like I said, with Talladega, this is a track that the whole 38 are going to matter. Hey, Braden, welcome on in. How's everybody doing today? Go ahead and give a thumbs up and a share to the stream so we let everybody know we are out and rolling, getting ready to go racing here at Talladega. Yeah, what was I doing yesterday? Oh, yeah, I did a bunch of reviews. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more 1/64th reviews to do, with one of those being an Authentics pair. And then I have another video that I was trying to work on making, but I'm missing a car yet, so I got to go get one more car yet and bring it in. All right, Michael Jordan in the house. It's a big day. Talladega is a big race. First caution on lap 51. Interesting. So that would be outside the first set of pit stops, too. I'm not saying you're wrong. I actually kind of agree. I think that's about when things would happen, is, when the packs are catching each other. Track position, come on. It's going to be a track position race according to Larry McReynolds. I did actually set up my GoPro webcam, but it didn't work, so I got a little more work to do. Got to get a longer USB-C cable, and I got to set up where I'm going to put the thing, because I used to have it mounted on the back of my TV, which did work okay, but then I had to move some things around, and now I can't mount it there anymore, so now I got to figure out what to do. I want to turn one of them lights off beside me because it's always so bright in the LED. Lights are out on top of the pace car. We are going green this time by. I should take my dishes up after. There we go. I just got my big old glass of water, finish off the last of my Mountain Dew, and we are ready to go racing. Let me get my headset on. Now it is time. AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Todd Gilliland will fall to the rear. Packed house at Talladega, nothing better. I can't wait. I got to get down there sometime. They're on the front stretch. The pace car heading to pit road. Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time. Oh, we don't have Larry Mack or DW. Dude, Talladega looks awesome. I got to get down there sometime. Green flag in the air. Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs on the bottom. Almirola and Briscoe up top. They hit the line 2 by 2, and off we go in the Geico 500. Good push up top for Briscoe and Almirola. Ty Gibbs was not able to stick with Denny Hamlin. Big move on the high side. That top lane is moving. Front 3 clear. Bell going to drop down in front of Denny. Probably a good call. Get in front of some teammates. The Toyotas seem unseasonably fast in qualifying today. So we got 2 by 2 midway back. I don't see any third lane starting to develop yet. I don't know if they can develop it. Ooh, somebody got shot high, and he is going straight to the back. Third lane by himself. Who is that? It's Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece got sent high. I hope he has enough momentum to not lose the draft because he shot back so quickly. Ryan Preece goes all the way to the back on lap 1, but Almirola will lead the first lap. Now Logano to the outside with help from Chris Buescher. Noah Gragson already up to 23rd, started out back in 30th. A lot of Fords. The Fords seem to be very good at pushing. Still just 2 by 2. Little wiggle in the corner there from Joey Logano. Buescher, a heck of a good pusher, but almost too much. Ooh, Michael McDowell has an issue. He spins across the field. Nobody hits him. Caution is out. Something happened to the right rear tire by the looks of it. We have a tire down on the 34. Very surprising. Whoever said lap 51, by the way, on the first caution, you were wrong. Okay, I'm just going to point that out. All right, so let's see what happened. Fox, are you serious? It looks like the tire just went down. I mean, a little contact with the wall, but the tire was down long before that. So we saw the wiggle there. Tire was already down. And Fox was so busy and so antsy to get to their first commercial on lap 2 that they couldn't bother to give us a good, solid replay first. I mean, it's not like it was a huge incident or anything, but all it would have taken is like, hey, let's break it down quick, diagnose it. Yep, looks like a wiggle, looks like this, and then he went around. So it must have just been that. See what the team says on the radio. Says it's a flat tire. Okay, we're gonna do a quick commercial break and be back for the green flag. That should be it. That should be it. But instead, no, we can't do that. I don't know. It's not as bad. This incident wasn't quite as bad as like the ones yesterday where you have these massive crashes, cars up in the air, and they're just like, commercial buy. It's like, oh, hold on there, buddy. That's a big deal to this race. We kind of need to know what happened here. All right. So the current running order, 4 Fords out front, followed by 3 Toyotas, Austin Dillon, the highest running Chevy, Byron and Larson up in the top 10, or just outside the top 10. Elliott started out 29th, he's 24th. Noah Gragson 30th, he's up to 22nd. So we have a few little movements through the back of the field as far as guys coming forward. Yes, spin already. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna make a quick post, letting people know we are live. So let me insert an ad real quick, guys, and I'm gonna go post this on my YouTube standard page. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. No, he didn't bet a bunch of money on Harrison Burton. He made a parlay bet. $5 parlay bet he made, and the bet was if Blaine Perkins and Harrison Burton won, he would bet $5 and win $61,000. Topping off with fuel here. Good idea. Love the top-off strategy, and for Chase Elliott on this top-off, they were far enough down pit road, they just waited to see who they were going to beat out. So they sat there and waited, and then when they were about to get past, they just pull the fuel and get rolling. Not a bad call. Now, the thing is, how many seconds of fuel does that save you on your green flag stop? Not really sure. So they're working on the 34 right now. If it's a broken toe link, this is where I just wish they would have a chance to try and fix it. They can go 3 laps down and still be in this race, but because of the stupid caution clock thing, they can't fix it right. They have to patch it together instead of fix it the right way and let the car be a good competitive car when they're done fixing it. All right, so by the way, the guys that came off pit road came off 23rd on back. 22nd on back. Ross Chastain was the first car off pit road. So 22nd on back have topped off for fuel. 21st on forward have not. It's only 2 laps, but hey, counts for something, right? Big one on lap 170. I predict the big one on lap 170, 171, 175, 178. Every lap from there to the finish. Personally, I would not mind if on these large tracks like Talladega and these that they just put the choose cone on the backstretch. Just let them choose on the backstretch. You have enough space to get this all dealt with that it sucks that if you're in turn 1 or turn 2 and it's like, hey, I think we're good to go green this time by, well, we got to wait and come all the way around and then we got to do it all again. And like, I don't know. I'm all a fan of like, let's get this show on the road. All right, Michael McDowell is out and moving, so good to go. Glad to see that he didn't get out of the race on that. I would have hated to see him get 2 laps in, one small issue that's very fixable, and just be toast. So lap down, but he's got all day to get that lap back. All right, we're lined up on the front stretch, getting ready to come back to the green flag. Coming to the restart zone. Almirola high, Chris Buescher low, Logano behind him, and we've got Bell behind Buescher on the bottom. Green flag is in the air. Almirola with a great jump on the restart. Logano shoves him clear of the field, and they will take off into turn 1 with a 2-car advantage on the high side. Oh, Logano's going to go low already and leave his Ford teammate out there? No, he won't. Good block. Almirola will get down low, and he will make the move to block that bottom lane. Meanwhile, up top, good push from Truex. Truex giving a very nice push to Chase Briscoe into turn 3. Side by side now for the lead are the 2 Stewart-Haas cars. Almirola and Briscoe. Oh, sorry, that was not Truex. That was Bubba. What car is that? I got to see Bubba's paint scheme. I did not realize that that was the 23. What is on that car? Is it Auto Owners? Oh, it's Columbia. Okay, it looks like the Auto Owners car. I thought that was the 19 up there. I thought it was a little weird. I was like, Truex doesn't give that good a push usually. Well, turns out he doesn't, but Bubba sure does. All right, Toyotas up top are all lined up. Good push coming. Move Bubba Wallace to the point as they head into turn 3. Still side by side with Briscoe, though. Yeah, it's the Columbia one. But, boy, tell me that doesn't look like the Truex Auto Owners car with the gold numbers from last year. So something's wrong with the 34. Toyotas seemed a little fast in qualifying this week. They are normally not that great in qualifying here, but they sure seemed fast this last week. So I think they are going to be a stronger bunch than they have been in the past here. So we've got Fords in the bottom, Toyotas up top for at least the first 3 rows. Once you get to row 4, it's vice versa. You have Truex on the bottom and Blaney up top. Or sorry, no, Truex is up top. Who is that? Butcher's on the bottom. I mixed up who is who. Having trouble seeing whose car is what. You know, if the number was in the middle of the door, I'd probably be able to tell who's who. Just going to throw that out there. Because the numbers are hidden behind the fenders. You can't see them. They're all warped. Anyway. Yeah, Michael McDowell has lost the draft. He's just going to have to kind of run around here and hope he doesn't lose laps. Too many of them, that is. And see if they can get that thing fixed. But he has met minimum speed. Harrison Burton up to 13th. Where's my resident Harrison Burton fan? So still 2x2 all the way around. Unfortunately, got a feeling that's going to be all we see today, is 2x2 all the way around. Somebody's up in the 3rd lane, going backwards, but they are up there. Chase Briscoe and Bubba Wallace. Briscoe is now clear, but he is not. He's not going to leave the bottom lane. That's where all the Fords are at. So we're 12 laps in. Still got another 48 to go in the stage. They cannot make it on fuel to the end of the first stage. They will have to pit at least once in this stage. Oh, we're going to another commercial, apparently. Joey's hair doesn't even look real. At least we got the All-Star win for Blaney last year. Yeah, no, there was going to be a riot if Ryan Blaney didn't win that race. I mean, he had every right to win that race, and for them to pull that garbage at the end and about cost a race would have been an ugly look. Yeah, hairlines are tricky. I mean, that's all I can say. I don't know. It's not really anything anyone can have a handle on. But yeah, I have seen that. Ad? Did you have an ad? I didn't hit the ad button. Boost, if you saw an ad, let me know. I did not hit the ad button on that. We're under commercial currently from the broadcast, but I did not hit the ad button. Fox ad. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just keeping an eye on here. I don't see anybody that anybody has lost the draft yet, so we're still everybody that should be up there is still up there. Gonna be a rough day when you start balding. I mean, you never know. Here's the thing: I got family that has had that, and I mean, yeah, it's not fun necessarily because it's kind of like it limits your options. But that being said, it's like you just gotta live with what you got, you know. Then you just keep on rolling. Ads are not usually YouTube, no, but I mean I do insert them occasionally, so I want to make sure because I had an auto roll set. It was automatically inserting ads for me, and I did not want that. Keeping an eye on the running order here. Biggest mover since the restart, Ross Chastain is up to 15th from 21st. But it seems like 2x2 all the way back is what we got. Not really anything else to see. I'm fine with them not being too rowdy yet. I just think it sucks that you can't move forward. You know, for guys in the back of the field, Priest, LaJoy, Yaley, Gilliland, those guys way back there's nothing they can do. They just have to sit there and ride. And it's like, it'd be nice to see, like the Xfinity race. You got guys that can make moves up the third lane, through the middle. There's just different lane options available to you, where here there's just not as many options. All right. BT McLeod on the fastest lap right now. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Let's go. Your day sucks. Why does your day suck so far? Is it race related or not race related? On Hill and McDowell. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I definitely would have not been putting anything on Hill. That 62 car has never been very good since they went to next gen cars. Like, it just never had legit. It never had the speed in the car. So at the moment, still 2x2. Not really anything happening. I'm not gonna lie. There just simply isn't that much going on. We've gotten laps without crashing. I mean, this reminds me a lot of Daytona, though. They went 20 straight laps side by side like this, and it eventually sort of singled out until pit stops. So we'll just have to see. Another commercial underway here. But like I said, we're not missing much because there's not really any movement. You know, it's gonna the end of the day, the stats gonna say there was tons of green flag passing today because basically there's one lap Noah will be 21st, the next lap he'll be 22nd, the next lap he'll be 21st, the next lap he'll be 22nd. Like, so there's a lot of shuffling literally up and down one position, but there's not a lot of actual movement up and down through the field. So I don't know if anyone's gonna feel the vibe because I think this is a 2-lane racetrack. It's unless we see a group get up on top and see if they can make it work, but I don't think they're going to be able to get up there. I think they're kind of stuck in the 2 lanes they've got. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to see them get up top, but that's not what they've been able to do so far in this car. All right, I'm going to throw an ad in real quick while I drink the rest of my Mountain Dew quick. All right, so good to go now. The top lane appears to have gotten ahead. Front 5 are all from the top lane. So the top lane appears to have really made gains, and they are now like 5 cars clear of the bottom lane. So the top lane got a lot of momentum or something because they have definitely made up that ground. Because Briscoe was leading the bottom lane, and he's now in 6th. So that tells me there was some movement going on there. We'll see what happens with next lap here, but yeah, kind of waiting to see. It might have been McDowell, actually. We'll see where McDowell ended up. He's 2 laps down. So he lost another lap just now. That might be interesting to find out. Am I on the right Wi-Fi? What? No, I'm not. Harrison Burton is ninth. Hey, he's on the high lane, I think. Because the high lane is the one that's moving up. Oh, yeah, we had some movement. So the Gibbs cars, once they got clear, all went to the bottom. So lap 26, they can make it on fuel from here if they choose to. Oh, who's this about to go a lap down? Oh, it's McDowell again. He must have had a pit stop because he's about to lose his third lap now. All right, there is a third lane forming. I think they're going to try and keep Michael McDowell from losing any more laps. I see the front row cars all up there trying to help. I think that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to keep him from losing more laps. Okay, that actually was just his second lap. He's now only 2 down. 2 down still not good, but the good news is nobody else has lost the draft. Kyle Busch getting a good shove to Daniel Suarez. Uh-oh. Bubba almost got stuck in the middle. He went back down in front of Blaney. He almost tried to pull the block, and there just wasn't room. Here comes Busch with a huge push to the back of Suarez. Move the 99 up front. Never mind. The 12 put an even bigger push to the back of the 23. Goodness gracious, that was a shove. Gonna note a guy that's now in the top 10. Eric Jones has cracked the top 10. He's always seems to find his way to just be in contention here. Top lane starting to form a run. What's Keselowski doing back here? So 31 down, 29 to go yet. Yeah, it's a commercial on the race. So Suarez and Busch are out front now. Harrison Burton up to 4th. Where's my resident Harrison Burton fan? Oh, there he is. No, Gregson up to 14th. I said he was on the high line, so the guys that rode the high line forward seems to be the ones that have been able to move forward. Yes, the stream is about 30 seconds delayed. My my Hulu live is about 30 seconds delayed, and so I know the stream has a small delay. Let me see, actually. Cursor. Did I miss that? I'm trying to see how delayed it is. Oh, it's only about 3 to 4 seconds. So the stream is 3 to 4 seconds, and then the rest of it is my Hulu delay. So the stream is actually, on my end, I see it delays to you 3 to 4 seconds. And then it delays, the Hulu is actually also very far behind. All right. Suarez and Busch are still the ones on the top side. It is Bubba and Blaney on the bottom. Watching the Fox Sports app, still at least 30 from my TV to your reaction. Yep, that sounds about right, because about 25 of it is Hulu, and the extra 5 is my stream to you. So from me to you, it's only about a 5-second delay, but from my Hulu, which is delayed significantly to me, like my Hulu is 25 seconds behind. Because, yeah, Hulu's live. Like, it's always like this. Like, if Hulu's got a 30 to 40-second delay, and so what ends up happening is, you know, everyone else knows something happened, and even though I see it 5 seconds delayed, you've seen it already. So it usually takes 5 to 10 seconds for something that you guys see for me to see it, too. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably be switching over to YouTube TV once NFL Red Zone, or not Red Zone, Sunday Ticket comes around. So once that comes around, then once Sunday Ticket comes around, I'll probably be on YouTube TV, so maybe it'll get a little bit faster, I hope. Different classes. There we go. Oh, there's a crash, and you guys are spoiling it for me. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Where is Reddick running? He's running 11th. Ooh. Let's see what happened here. Oh, Reddick just lost it getting into pit road. Oh, he's going to hit the wall. No caution, but man, what a sucky way for your race to end. I shouldn't say end. They got a lot of time, but he is definitely out as far as getting some stage points on this one. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll try to ignore it next time. But when you say crash, I thought like big one because where he's running 11th. It's like well, good grief. But Harrison Burton just got shucked to the high line. Boost. I'm sorry. He was running second, and now he's just flying backwards. No. All right, nobody else coming in right now. Ross Chastain has found his way to the lead. Eric Jones behind him. Ty Dillon behind that. And Tyler Reddick has now lost a lap. Question is, who's going to be further ahead when the caution eventually comes out? Is it going to be the 34 or the 45, because the 45 has damage. Now, here's the situation, too. This large pack is going to run down these Toyotas little by little. And so, if they just continue to run this current pack, they should be able to catch them. Let's see what the lap times look like, though. Man, he hit that wall a ton. That was not a small hit. That was a fairly decent hit, and I mean, it's still running, but we'll have to see how bad the pace is, because it looks like he is 3 seconds off the pace of the rest of the field. All right, now, on the last lap, the speeds that we saw, Martin Truex Jr. ran a 50.8 to a 50.5 from Ross Chastain. Now, they're still getting up to speed, but that's 0.3 of a second. 0.3 of a second over 10 laps is 3 seconds, and they're about 10 to 15 ahead of them. So, I don't think they'll catch them, but if they continue to run them down, don't be surprised if after the pit stops, Toyotas are a little further back. Looks like we got some cars coming to pit road this time by. I see the Spire 77 of Ty Dillon in the lead. Is he coming to pit road? He is not, and all of his help is. Oh, no. So he is not coming to pit road, but all of the help is coming to pit road. Most Chevrolets are in now. So Dillon got to the lead, then all of his help bailed for pit road, and he was all by himself on the bottom. Now, we'll see where the Chevys cycle out on this. Suarez is all away. Everyone just doing fuel only at this point. And it looks like Chase Elliott will lead these cars off pit road. He did pit on lap 4. So he will have a little more, or had a little more fuel and didn't have to sit as long. So 21 to go. Current leader is Ryan Preece. Eric Jones behind him, and the big pack continues to roll on. Lap times in the 50.1 second bracket. Looking at the laps for the Toyotas, they were running 50.8s, so they are still about 6 to 7 tenths of a second slower. The Chevys got out far ahead of those Toyotas. Meanwhile, the Toyotas, I mean, it may be a better option to pit later. I think if you're these cars in this main group, looks like Preece is coming this time, but if I'm these other Chevys, I think I'm staying out till the very end of my fuel limit. Oh, here come the rest. You spoiled it for me, Elijah. Let's see who's all coming. No, not the rest. Here comes Preece. Here comes Blaney. Here comes Gregson. Here comes Briscoe. Oh, a huge chunk of them now. Oh, and now Briscoe spins into pit road. He's blocking pit road. Everybody gets by, and there's no need for a caution. We're just fine. So the 14 has pretty much screwed his stage point opportunity up. He'll be fine. He just won't get stage points. Oh, he's stuck. The car is literally stuck because of the stupid blocks they put underneath them, the ride limiters. They're going to have to probably throw a caution. Yep, caution for a car on pit road. Unbelievable. What a wacky way for that to go. He can't move. The stupid car is stuck. Wow, these cars are junk. He's literally stuck on a flat racetrack because the car is junk. I mean, he can't move. The car is completely stuck. Oh, I hate this car. I absolutely hate this car. So I don't think the tire's locked up. I think he's on those blocks. It's the nose. He's sitting basically, the stupid thing has his thing off the ground. The ride limiter, whatever they call those stupid blocks they put under the car. I hate this car so much. So a beached race car is going to absolutely screw the top 6. They probably were going to stop this next time by, and they were going to have a chance to cycle out into the top 5, top 10, and their race for points-wise is shot. They're toast. So, unfortunately for Eric Jones, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Dillon, Justin Haley, Corey LaJoy, and AJ Allmendinger, their stage points are all but shot. That's unfortunate because they really didn't do anything wrong, but the stupid ride limiter just beached. I mean, it just beached him on pit road. Chase Briscoe is literally stuck on pit road because of that ride limiter. Elliott will cycle to the lead, so I'm not going to... I mean, I'm going to complain just for the standpoint of, like, he was going to cycle to the lead anyway, most likely, just because of how it worked. But, man, it's just frustrating. Like, are you kidding me? Like, man, that's such a silly way for that to happen. Tyler Reddick will be the free pass on this caution. Michael McDowell and Chase Briscoe are 2 laps down, not 3, 2. Well, don't let me speak too soon. They might be 3. I'm not sure. This scoring thing can sometimes be off, though, so I think it's 2. Yeah, 2 laps down. The COT is the GOAT. The ride limiters are to keep the car from being too low in the corner, because otherwise they would be scraping up the underbodies and having to replace them all the time. That being said, you know, I just think that they got to find a better way. You can't have a car having a flat tire and being beached on the racetrack. That's silly to me. You have to be able to drive it back somehow. Caution came from the 14 being stuck on pit road. Tandem drafting wasn't good. I'd argue it was. I mean, if you look at tandem drafting, they didn't tear up as many race cars. The races were still very close. And really, it made it so you didn't have any boring point of the tandem racing. In the tandem racing, they couldn't go single file along the wall. So there was always something happening. So, you know, I think the tandem was an underrated style. Was it as good as pack racing at its peak? No, pack racing at its peak is fantastic. But the tandem at its peak, there was some really cool stuff that happened. There was an epic run that Junior and McMurray made through the field with like 2 laps to go, and I think McMurray ended up with a flat. But, I mean, it was like seeing him just absolutely fly to the front of the field was super fun. So all these cars that were stuck out on the racetrack, they'll now come in and pit, but unfortunately for these guys, their chances for stage points have effectively ended. End of stage 1 is, I believe, lap 60, so it'll be 16 to go, probably around 14 to go when they go green, so they will have 14 laps. I just don't think they're going to be able to get there. Dega 2011, yeah. Dega 2011 is a perfect example. You know, every time 2 cars would get side by side, boom, here comes another tandem, and another tandem, and they would just keep finding their way forward. Chase Briscoe somehow not hitting anything, honestly, is kind of neat, especially from the onboard. I like runs that are so big you can't block. I think there's something about that when there's like a huge head of steam. It's like, yo, you ain't even going to try and block it. Get in line and try again. Because it also, if I remember right, tandem racing didn't have massive pileups. It wasn't until 2012 when they changed the car so that it created more pileups that we had that issue. But 2011, when they were all tandem, I think a good chunk of the cars finished a lot of those races. They set records for passes, lead changes. Like, the tandem style had some benefit. I think, personally, I would be totally okay with having 2 sets of packages. One that races more like a tandem and one that races more like the pack racing. Why not? Whatever it was they had to do to create each version of it, have 2 different rule sets. You can have a little of each. That's fine. For those of you baseball fans, we have a Jolly Roger announcement. We are allowed to raise it. Pirates beat the Reds 0-2. Off to a really hot start this year. If you guys never saw, when I was down in Daytona, I also went across to Bradenton to a spring training game for the Pirates. So, raise the Jolly Roger. Let's go. That's awesome. Brewers fan. Oh, yes. So hopefully it'll be a Brewers-Pirates division this year. I hope they can both stay up top. Because I don't know. The Pirates are not projected to be this good. They are playing very well, but this is not a team that was expected to do this well analytically, so we'll see. I mean, obviously, if they continue, good. Let's go. But, I also have that realistic thing where it's hey, sometimes you're just on a really good hot streak, and I'm going to enjoy it. But, yeah. If you're a Pirates fan in the modern era, you know better. Your leader right now is Chase Elliott. Did you guys know Chase Elliott is back at Talladega? Chase Elliott returns to Talladega for the first time since last week, and the first time at Talladega since the last race here, just like everybody else. But we're going to go ahead and have an advertisement anyway for it, because why not? So 300 Chevrolets, have they chosen yet? Can we at least tell me we're going green? Because it was a beached car on pit road. There is no debris to clean up. So, and it shouldn't have been hard to sort out because nobody was side by side. So they should be able to get this taken care of fairly quickly, I would think. Nope, they haven't even chosen yet. Gosh dang it. I get it, but it's just I don't know. Hey, I'm all good with NASCAR promoting it. I just think there's a certain level of it, they should be promoting all their superstars. One flat tire beaches a car. Think how silly that is. Also, let's just point out how bad Briscoe's pit entry was. I mean, he goes past 3 rows of cars and then spins. It's what were you thinking? No offense, but Briscoe has these moments where you're just dude, you just went full send and it just cost you an opportunity at a great spot, man. Elliott and Larson. I mean, here's the thing. I'm a Chase fan. I think it's been a little overboard, but I would be totally okay with... Oh no, Chase is going to have Ross as a pusher. I just hope he doesn't wreck him. But there's a lot of guys that are... Kyle Busch is a superstar. I mean, Kyle is a full-blown superstar, and they don't really market him. Denny Hamlin's one of the superstars. Kevin Harvick is a superstar. Guys that have won 8+ races in a year, And they don't market those guys. And I don't know why. You got to market these guys a little bit. But again, that's the thing. It's not about just the advertising for Chase. I don't mind that. I think they just need to advertise everybody because, like I said, everybody, there are a lot of superstars in this series, and it's like we want everyone to be marketed as a superstar. Like, marketed, well, they should have been marketing Kevin Harvick for the last 5 to 10 years, is more the point. You know, Chase Elliott gets a superstar treatment, but realistically, I think we all know, like, there's a lot of good superstars in these series, and they got to market them. That's why Xfinity was so fun last year. We had 3 superstars. We had Allmendinger, Gibbs, and Gragson all just, going wild, and it was great. But that's the thing that it can get a little frustrating, is when you're like, hey, now you get to the next season, and who's our superstars in Xfinity right now? I mean, Austin Hill has a win, maybe Chandler Smith. I mean, we really don't know who our superstars are going to be just yet. Sammy Smith looked great early, so, we don't know. Boy, William Byron is not getting attached at all on that bottom lane. Good grief, William. Going to be the top lane probably that gets some momentum here. $13 to go. The good news is for Chase, he doesn't need stage points. He probably wants a stage win. However, here's the thing that is kind of, I guess, something worth watching. To get back into the top 16 in points, he's about 80 to 100 points out. So for every stage he ends up front that a guy in the back or in 16th isn't getting, he could theoretically point his way back to 16th. It is possible. Obviously, the win is kind of the more widely accepted way to get in the playoffs at this point, but it doesn't mean he can't do it. He definitely can get into the playoffs on top 16. He had a 100-point cushion on second last year, and he's only 100 points out of 16th right now. So he can definitely build up and get there. But he has to score stage points. He's going to need lots of stage point help to get there. Noah will be pretty... I mean, Noah's got to get the car faster. You got to be... You have to run well to be a superstar. You can't be a superstar running, He's running 11th today, but he's been running in the 30s most of the year, which is just not good enough. I like Noah. I want him to do better, but he's not there yet. He needs to be faster. Noah's on the bottom lane. He's 5th row back. So if they can get that bottom lane wound up a little bit better... So as they run, Bowman and Larson are clear. Battle is side by side for 3rd between Suarez and Elliott. Stenhouse is in the back. He got caught by the bad caution. He's up to 23rd, but he had to pit recently. Right? He did have to. It says he didn't, but I thought he was on. He had to pit that under yellow there. So 10 laps to go. Is that smoke? Or is there a piece of tape on there or something? What the heck is that? I think somebody's scraping the ground. Oh, the film is flopping around. Okay. I was going to say, something looks weird. That didn't look like smoke, but something was weird. So it's a good call right now for Hendrick to stay 2 cars up top, 1 car on bottom, because right now they're basically guaranteed to lead one of the 2 lanes that will end up front. So 9 to go in the stage. Dude, really? You are guaranteed a caution in literally 9 minutes. You couldn't wait? Goodness gracious. All right, well, side-by-side commercial. Not really sure why we needed that, but is what it is. Ooh, we do have a little 3-wide going on in the back of the pack here, but it looks like it's already sorted out. Didn't take them that long. Yes, they can't get a 3rd lane going. I do not like this package. It involves really heavy pushing and shoving and not really all that much actual, I guess, momentum control. 8 to go in the stage. Currently, it is all Chevys up at the front, 6, then a few Fords after that. Let's see here. So Elliott out to the lead. Side by side is now second with Chastain and Bowman. There is a third lane starting to form up top. That has Hamlin, Stenhouse. Oh, I like it. I like the third lane. The guys up there. Those are the guys I want to find out. Can they get to the front from that third lane? We're about to find out because Stenhouse and Hamlin are up there, and they're going to try and push their way forward. They're back in 22nd right now, so we'll see if they can make any ground up. So they're trying to ride up top. There's about 5 cars in a line up there. They're going to see what they can do. 7 to go. Still side by side all the way back. It looks like they're getting closer. Oh, wait, no, they look closer because Almirola jumped up there. So let's see if Almirola can help them at all. All right, they're trying to get the third lane going. Let's see. Oh, that third lane just does not appear to have enough to get the push going. I mean, people keep migrating up to it. Now we've got Blaney up there. Oh, no, that's Kyle Busch. My bad. That's Kyle Busch that has moved up there, but it doesn't seem like they go forward. It almost seems like they just go backwards once they get up there. I mean, we'll see. Let's let them get a couple runs down the backstretch and see if they can get... Oh, tight push. Oh, yep. Man, it's a lot of pushing on that top lane, but people keep jumping up into it. And it's going to completely dissipate the middle lane. So the middle lane has now pretty much dissipated. I got to look and see. They're on an onboard, so I can't see. Meanwhile, still up front, it's Chastain, Elliott, Bowman. But that top lane is starting to make some ground. Starting to see a third lane get going. But so many guys jumped into that third lane, all the original guys jumped back down. So many people jumped up, they all jumped back down. So on top is Zane Smith and Ryan Blaney. So those are the guys leading the lanes. All right, let's see here. Yeah, they're just not getting runs. They're trying, but it's just not there. Kyle's going to pull out a line. I think he's punting on stage points at this point. Kyle dropping back. So Kyle is out there. He's dropping out a line. He's saying, I ain't getting stage points, so he's dropping on out. All right, so 4 to go. Still 2 by 2. Brad Keselowski now pulls down out of line. He is also dropping out of the field. Says there's no stage points to be earned. He's dropping out. Does not want anything to do with it. Which is a good call. If you're not in position to get stage points, don't even bother. Like, if you're going to finish 11th, you may as well finish 15th or 30th because it doesn't make any difference. Just making sure you get to the end of the stage safely is more important than finishing 11th over 15th. So you can see all the cars starting to drop back and just say, nope. So I think we're at 3 to go. 3 to go, yes. So still 2 by 2 all the way back. Good push from the front there. Good job, Chastain. Makes me nervous. I wouldn't want it going for 50 laps, but for 3, I think you can manage it when the stage wind's on the line. Brad, the yellow line, yeah, but he went under it to fall back. There shouldn't be a penalty for that. You can't advance. You can go backwards. You just can't go forwards. Ooh, a lot of contact up there between Larson, Bowman, and Suarez. Trackhouse seems to have some real good cars here this weekend. All right, final lap of the stage is underway. Good news is they look fairly organized. It doesn't look like anyone's going, like, uber stupid right now, which is what we want. Boy, they are side by side. Look at them dragging down the backstretch. Both lanes had really hard shoves. Coming through 3 and 4 now. Bottom lane seems to prevail in the corner. Out of the final corner, down the front stretch they come. Chastain and Bowman are side drafting. That's going to pretty much hand it to Chase Elliott. He's back at Talladega, everyone. Did you know that? So he's going to win the stage at Talladega. So there's a playoff point. That's what he's here for. So gets the playoff point, gets the 10 bonus points. Stage scores, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ross Chastain, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Austin Cindric, Noah Gragson, 7th. Needed those 4 stage points because, boy, he's had a rough season so far. Logano, Preece, and Suarez round out your top 10. Those will be your guys that score stage points. Most likely everyone or a good chunk of cars are going to come in and stop here so that they don't have to stop as long under green when the green flag stops eventually come around. So we'll see here under the next set. I'm going to go to a quick commercial, get a little drink of water, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys know Chase Elliott is back? Did you know that? Chase Elliott's back for the first time since last week. In all seriousness, no? 10 stage points. That's a good bonus. Yeah, Wendy's has had some pretty good paint schemes. I like their Daytona one, but I think this Talladega one's even better. Yeah, I mean, good job on Noah getting up into the 7th. He'll come in here, and we'll see if he can shake back out towards the front. All right, still in a commercial. Should be coming back around to the stage pit stops. Any throwbacks that I like so far? No, not really, unfortunately. The Fox doesn't have any sound for Larry Mack or Jamie McMurray. Also, they have the names wrong. Fox is in peak form. All right, should be coming around to pit this time. JJ Yaley running in 13th right now. Shout out to JJ. Riley Herbst, 16th. A couple of guys I'm a little surprised where they're running. Chase Briscoe will get the free pass under this caution, go back down to 1 lap down. And for Michael McDowell, that's a killer because now Chase is a whole lap ahead of him. Well, they're just filling some airtime, Nick. I don't think it's supposed to be a super serious thing. I think they're just trying to fill some dead air with, something before they come back around and get onto pit road finally. So, onto pit road they come. Let's see what we've got for strategy. All right, as they're sitting in there, it looks like Joey Logano is going to go with 4 tires and fuel for the 22, 4 tires and fuel for the 1. Looks like 48, 4 tires and fuel. The 9, 4 tires and fuel. So, who is that? Somebody, the 15, it looks like just missed their pit box or something. 11.7, 10.2. Good stop so far for a lot of these guys. Little long stop, but I think they topped the fuel off, so the 9 going to lose a ton of spots on pit road. But again, that's to be expected. No tires for Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Justin Haley, and Truex, all up 20-plus spots. Buescher and Bell is along with that strategy, so they came flying from the back, got a huge gain on spots. I don't think tire wear is a huge factor here, so the question is, are they topped up enough to continue that? Now, it looks like Michael McDowell potentially could use the wave around to get one of his laps back and just count on a caution to come out. I don't know what's going on with the 16. I hope that car's not damaged. All right, so I guess going to another commercial. So, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Justin Haley, Ross Chastain will be your leaders when we come back to the green flag. Guessing we're going to have a couple come back maybe and top off right before the green. And I believe Chase Briscoe will get his wave around or his lap back, and Michael McDowell might do the wave around. All right. Well, I'm going to go to another commercial. I don't really have anything else to add yet, so I'm going to go run a dish upstairs, and I'll be right back for the green flag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Have they chosen yet? I'm still waiting to see. At least they're back from commercial, so we know that much. Yeah, 2 flips and 1 race was a little nuts for that Xfinity Series. A little crazy. Doesn't Talladega look like really, really fun right now? Look at all the planes. Just outside the backstretch. A lot of guys topping off right now. The surprising one that's topping off is Chris Buescher. He was actually in the top 10. So a little surprised they came back in and topped that off. Next week we are in Dover. And then 2 weeks from now, I am not streaming the race. I will not stream the one after Dover, because I will be there in Kansas. So no streams for Kansas weekend. I don't know. Maybe I'll put something together. Maybe I'll do a stream from the racetrack or something. We'll see. Stage 1 winner, Chase Elliott. So yes, Briscoe gets the lucky dog, but McDowell takes the wave around. And you can actually see the difference on... So I didn't realize this last pit. I thought it was supposed to be last pit lap. That's actually the last pit time. So you can see how some of these guys got out front. Only a 4-second stop for Hamlin. 6-second for Harvick. 11 for Chastain. Elliott had a 14-second stop. But I think Elliott is all topped off and full. So just remember that when it comes to green flag stops, he may not be on pit road as long. I don't think people would have complained as much in 2004 because that was just racing at the time. You know, we just that was racing. That was okay. We lived with it. That's what racing was. Green flag back in the air. Denny Hamlin on the high side. Justin Haley on the bottom. 2x2, of course, because that's all they can do at the start. All right, Chastain and Haley are on the bottom line. Ooh, little wiggle out of the 31, little twitchy. But Chastain then gets a pretty solid push through the rest of the backstretch. So good stretch the rest of the backstretch as far as not getting the ball jacked sideways. Yeah, it's not choo-choo time just yet. High Lane has extended the lead by about 3 cars, so 3 cars further up top than on the bottom. And this, in all honesty, could be a Justin Haley issue. I mean, if Chastain is able to push him all the way down the backstretch and they can't make ground up, it may be more. And as I say that, they just absolutely blow by the field and go to the lead. So... As I say that, Chastain gave him a monster shove out front. Justin Haley is out there now. Question is, does Chastain want to lead? Because if he wants to, he's got to run. So Hamlin now out front. He is clear with the lead and will drop down in front of Justin Haley. Now Harvick will lead the outside lane. Why they only race there once a year is an embarrassment. Yeah, I mean, I imagine as a driver, you're just sort of stuck there sitting in a 2x2 traffic. Now, when you have over 100 laps to go in a race, it's probably not quite as frustrating because you're just kind of like, well, I'm going to be stuck here anyway, you know? So Truex and Harvick will now dip down low as Logano moves forward. So the high lane has moved forward and slid down. In every spot so far, that's what's been happening. Hamlin slid down, then Truex now has slid down. Harvick now up top with Logano. But it's 2x2 all the way back. So yeah, it looks like McDowell and Briscoe both are running the same speed. So they're in the draft and they're one lap down. So now they are actually battling for the lucky dog. All right, coming back, you're going into commercial break here. Nothing else we can do about it. Yeah, nobody outside the draft at the moment. Lap times all look pretty consistent, so nobody's fallen out of the draft. It's a big 38 car pack at the as they run. Now they will have to pit in this stage. I believe this is another 60 lap stage, I believe. So they will have to pit somewhere around lap 40 to 45, just like they did last time. So they're going to run this out, I assume, most of the way there. Now they're only 13 laps into the stage, so they got to go another, 30 some laps, or 27 laps ish. I mean, if today could be Truex's day. The Toyotas actually seem to have really good speed. Oh, last lap was a 49 for a lot of these guys. Big pack. Big pack's getting rolling pretty quick. Still in a commercial, so we really don't know what's going on. Question is, if it's a big track position race like the one we're seeing right now today, is that going to stay that way? And is it going to just eventually end in a wreck fest no matter what? Joe has joined in as a Chastain fan. Well, he's back to 10th, so not ideal, but could be a lot of these guys that run the top and then slide down. Daniel Hemrick took out the turn 4 camera right there. Boom. Goodbye. Those were the two big ones from yesterday. Joey Logano has assumed the lead now. He has slid down in front. Harvick is somehow still up top. So obviously in there somewhere, Harvick didn't go down, but Logano did. Now Hamlin and Truex go to the top. Not a lot of help down there for Logano. Good call for Denny and Truex. They went to the top and took the lead, and now they are both clear and can go to whichever lane they choose. I like that move from the two Toyotas to slide up front like that. That was a good way to keep from continuing to go backwards. Okay, Bubba Wallace is not that far up. His scoring thing was obviously glitching. He suddenly was leading from 9th. And on a normal day, yeah, it's possible, but unfortunately not now. Oh my gosh, Michael Waltrip was a biggie bag. Wow, Wendy's brought some entertainment tonight. I kind of want to go see that. Oh, that was Bob. Okay, I saw Michael in one, but Fox must have shot a little promo. Look at that top lane. They are way out front. Hamlin giving Truex great pushes down the backstretch. Gets the top lane almost 4 cars clear of the bottom. Yeah, no, sponsors, that's called activation. What Wendy's did on the boulevard there, that's sponsor activation. That's one of the biggest issues NASCAR sponsors have right now is they're not activating their sponsorships. They're putting their logo on the car and then saying, all right, that's it. It's like, well, your whole point is to, be involved in the event. That's where people really remember it is, oh, I remember being at the Toyota thing at this race, but they don't really remember a Toyota car. They just remember being at the Toyota tent. All right, so at the moment, there's still 2x2. Truex and Hamlin out front. Logano is on the bottom. He's the first car on that lower lane. The other two are up top. And Hamlin's giving some good pushes. Oh, my word. Makes me nervous. Long shots today. Riley Herbst is the longest shot that they show. 6,000 for Gregson, 4,000 Gibbs, 7,000 Zane Smith. I'd be willing to put a couple bucks on Allmendinger on back for all those odds. You just never know. All right, keeping an eye on it. Logano is now side by side with Truex for the lead. It's not edge of your seat stuff. The pushing maybe gets it to the edge of your seat level of kind of intensity, but it's a little more patience. Occasionally when a guy will move a lane, things might look a little different, but that's really the extent of it. Another set of commercials coming up. I don't know. I don't know that we're really missing that much. It's a little dull at the moment. Yeah, this is just kind of sucky. It's not... It's like... Sure, they're side by side, but nobody can do anything. You're really not missing anything. You're just sort of sitting here watching. It's kind of like, am I really missing anything? No, not really. So yeah, Logano's out front. He and Truex are side by side. He led by less than a hundredth of a second, I think, or just at that. So bottom lane had a little advantage that last lap, but they're still just 2x2. Yeah, Hamlin's given Truex some good pushes. It's just they haven't gotten to that point where they're clear of the other two cars. Racing the brown truck. Yeah, I mean, UPS had a few good ones. Pepsi used to have some good ones using Jeff Gordon. There's a number of good ones. It's just, it's that activation thing. Like, think of how many beverage sponsors there are, and yet does Coca-Cola do special Coke bottles for each race car driver and bring them to the racetrack so you can buy a Denny Hamlin Coke bottle or a Chase Elliott Coke bottle? No. Why not? That's called activation. I can tell you right now, I'm not even a huge Coke fan, but if there's a really cool-looking Chase Elliott Coca-Cola can, I'm probably going to pick one up. That's the activation part. All right, coming back from commercial. Looks like Truex has regained the lead up on the high lane, but it's same thing. It's just top lane, bottom lane, shuffling back and forth. We'll see if anyone's actually changed lanes here in just a second. Nope, looks like it's still the same. No changes. Looks like Larson has jumped down to the bottom lane now. Yeah, Monster. If they did a custom Tyler Reddick or Ty Gibbs, so if they did a couple of different custom cans for that, I mean, again, that's that activation thing I just would love to see. I mean, good grief, look at what's happening with the Dale Jr. Sundrop stuff. They put Sundrop on, or special Dale Jr. Sundrop cans, and people are buying them and just, like, putting them on shelves. They're not even drinking the stuff. Now, some obviously are, but it's just kind of one of those things. So 30 laps in, they're going to have about 10 to 15 laps before they'll have to make those green flag stops. So yeah, halfway of the stage, like I said, 10 to 15 laps, and we'll see that cycle of pit stops starting. They're doing a crank it up right now. Like, imagine this. I'm just going to throw this out there. Obviously, Wendy's did a great job with, with the sponsor activation here at Talladega. But imagine if the sponsor really committed. So it's Wendy's was on that car for a lot of races, and then they had a Noah Gragson biggie bag. So you go to Wendy's and get your $5 biggie bag, or you can get the $8 or $10 biggie bag, and it comes with a Noah Gragson 164th or something. You know, like it's an exclusive thing that only happens at Wendy's. So if you are a Noah Gragson fan and you want that 164th, you're going to Wendy's, you know? Like, that's the thing. Like, you're going to go there and get it because you want to get that car, and you're going to get a biggie bag. That's activation. Truex pulling down? No, Truex doesn't pull down. He lets Hamlin go by. Interesting. I'm not sure if Truex was having trouble deciding to commit or not, or what happened there, because Hamlin gave him room and was kind of letting him down, but he just didn't quite get there in time. So it's Hamlin and Truex now side by side. Yeah, so there's a Noah Shake, I think, on the menu. I'm referring to activation outside of just your food area. You know, it could be a poster, could be a koozie, you know, some dinky little thing that comes in a biggie bag, and give people that are Noah Gragson fans excuses to go to Wendy's and get stuff that they probably wouldn't normally get if they don't normally eat at Wendy's. I just think there's a good option there that they could explore. You know, your Bass Pro Shops. Why don't you have your Bass Pro Shops cars at Bass Pro Shops? Now, I believe they do, so I'm just pointing out that a lot of places don't do that. Oh, for crying out loud, another one? All right, another commercial. Good grief. I guess they got to make their money, but boy, it's kind of frustrating. Can't really get in the swing of the race yet. So as they're going, they're still 2x2. Sport Clips has posters of Ty Gibbs doing burnouts on their walls. Great. That's awesome. Yeah, M&M's they tried glamping, glamorized camping, or whatever they call it, but yeah, that one didn't work as well. For M&M's, it would be as simple as just having a Kyle Busch M&M's pack that you bring to the track and sell at something or whatever, and it's literally only the colors of the car or whatever, something, you know. Or better yet, a lot of places they'll just do the free sample type stuff. You know, something like that. All right, Truex is now clear out front. I'm assuming he might try to move down in front of Denny. No, he's staying up there. Okay, I thought he was going to probably try to move down. 3 wide. What are they going to do? Go back to 2 wide? 3 wide. There's 3 wide on the racetrack. Guys, it's real. It does exist. It's real, guys. Yeah, it just looks like they get so cooked in the corner, though, that third lane you really can't get rolling. We'll see. If they make up some good ground, I'll take a little of that back. But yeah, Casey and Great Clips used to be a combination that had a lot of stuff too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking stuff like, you know, trying to think what other sponsors we've got. Big push from Harvick, going to send Truex way out in front. That's going to really move that middle lane. Hamlin hit the apron, so he shot up the track a little bit. Meanwhile, the top lane is starting to make some ground up. There's some real movement coming from that top lane right now. They're starting to move forward. They're starting to get something going. Good run on the high side. That high line's starting to get moving. Eric Jones and AJ Allmendinger. Oh, here comes Bubba to the top. All right, now Jones is going to push Bubba. We'll see what kind of run they can get. Ooh, not quite a square push. But they are coming to the front. Here comes lane number 3. They're up to the top 4. They're up to the top 2. It's 2 wide up front, 3 wide all the way back. Well, not all the way back, but a good chunk of the way back. 23 to go. Green flag stop should be coming. Bubba Wallace to the lead, 3 wide all the way back behind him. Jumps up on the high lane and goes to the front. The third lane has now developed. It is possible. So now the question is, which lane is going to be able to keep the momentum? So Bubba Wallace went from the middle to the top, got in front of the 43, who gave him a great shove around the top, and he goes all the way to the lead. The 43 has now faded to 4th row back. Shout out, by the way, Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon running in the 8th spot in that Spire car. Doing a great job. Let's see if that top lane can get that momentum back. Ever since Bubba pulled back down, they seem to have fallen back a little bit. Oh, bottom lane's going to have to go out around Michael McDowell. See what that looks like. So he's losing his second lap. He's now 2 laps down, but the good news is he should be able to stay 2 laps down. So again, Briscoe will get the lucky dog, but then he'll be the only car a lap down, but he'll be 2 down. But yeah, he lost the draft, so still got some repairs to do that. I mean, you can say the drivers didn't try hard enough, but I can guarantee you they're still trying, and look where they're at. Now they're all the way back to 10 rows deep. So something is required to get that big run up top. Oh, Truex dives low. Oh, tough. So a couple of really wonky pushes there. Oh, there's the Dillon brothers. I was thinking about that for a minute. That is both the Dillon boys. Yeah, Smithfield doesn't do a lot at the racetrack that I notice. Like, I mean, I don't know, giving away free bacon, like just frying bacon and then just handing it out to fans, or even just having a bacon stand. People go buy a bucket of bacon. I mean, let's be real here. That'd be a pretty popular place to be. So 20 to go. They are 40 laps into this run. They are going to have to pit relatively soon here. Ford's migrating to the bottom. Are they coming this time? We're not sure. Meanwhile, here are the Dillon brothers up top. Yeah, Burton is up in the fifth row in the high, or fifth car back in the high lane. 19 laps to go. All right, so now it's Noah and Eric Jones. Let's see if they can get something going on the high lane. Noah pulled up and got in front of his teammate. Let's see if they can figure out how to get some speed going in this thing. Chase is going to move into the middle. He's getting out of the bottom lane. He's been going nowhere but backwards since about the fifth lap of the stage. Just watch that. He pulled up in front of Chase Briscoe. So Ty Dillon and Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoie on the high lane. How about that? Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick leading at Talladega. That's not a place we've seen him all that often in the last 5 to 10 years. Talladega has not been one of his favorite places to go and lead races. Now, no, yeah, I don't think he's won one up there either since about 2010. It looks like they are bailing out of the top lane. $18 to go. We're going to find out. Is anybody pitting? The top lane has dissipated. Yes. Looks like some Chevys. Chevys coming in this time. Ooh, Kyle got in the grass, but he is down to the right speed. Chevys all coming in this lap. All right, the one is out. Kyle Busch going to be the first one off pit road. Kyle going to slide in second on that line. So as they're sliding in line, here come the Toyotas. Whoa, Denny is not off the racetrack very far. Ooh, that was tight. So a couple of Toyotas and a couple of Chevys. Kind of a mixed bag here on this lap. So it was a mix. You had the Spire and the RCR and the what are they called now? GMS Petty, whatever they are. Legacy, the Legacy cars. They all came in just now. Fuel only for basically everybody. 16 to go in the stage. All right, off pit road they come. Relatively orderly exit. Big group left here still on the track, if not maybe two groups, depending on how many. All right, here come the Fords. And a few cars still on the track. And they all get in very orderly. So a very, very clean set of pit stops so far here under green. Okay, now I'm good. I'm all good about this, but I'm curious. I want to see the race on the racetrack. Where are these cars blending out? Where are the Toyotas? Where are the Chevys? They should be meeting fairly soon. Yep, here comes the line of cars. Can't see who's in front of it. Truex is in front of it. Now here comes the last group to pit road. And Joey Logano has been caught speeding. Joey Logano speeding on pit road. He will have to do a pass-through penalty. Fox, you're missing... so down the backstretch right now is where all these cars are merging up. And here comes the big run of the cars that are already up to speed. And we missed all of it because Fox wasn't paying attention, which drives me up a wall. We're showing cars on pit road, which is important. But the battle on the racetrack right now, this right here, that was kind of a big deal. Like, oh man, that floors me. All right, so Truex has a huge run from the past couple laps of momentum, and they will go by with the lead. Now, these guys that just come out pit road, they have no shot. They will not be anywhere close to up to speed by the time they get to the backstretch. They are 3 wide right now. Keselowski's getting some speed, but he's not going to have enough. He has no help. Pretty solid stop. Let's see if he can get some help from Almirola. No help there. Ooh, a lot of shuffling on that top lane. Chase Elliott on the bottom. Are you seriously going to commercial right now? As everything is getting absolutely wild at the front. Oh my goodness, they just went full screen. Are you serious, Fox? You waited till the moment of the racing got really, really good, and then... Oh my word. No way. No freaking way you're missing all this. Wow, that is really, really frustrating. The racing has just gotten absolutely wild, and I don't know. I guess we're just not going to get to see it. That is horrible commercial timing right there. They waited till the racing was at its absolute best. Cars were shuffling all over, and boom, commercial. And now we have no idea what happened. I have no idea who's in the lead. I have no idea who's in what lane. I missed all of it. That is incredibly infuriating. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Like, we're trying to see how the green flag pit stop cycled out. Like, how did everything cycle out now that we're back to the, everyone has cycled through? And we don't know. I mean, Chase Elliott's in the front. I don't know how he got there. He was behind Kyle Busch. And where's Kyle Busch at? He's like, where is he? I'm trying to find him on the scoring pylon. He's 12th. I don't know what happened. I can't see. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. That is absolutely awful. Man, that is just terrible. I mean, that racing was getting absolutely amazing, and we missed all of it, and that's really frustrating. I mean, that was the best racing we had seen all day. Absolutely the best racing we had seen all day, and we're missing it. All of it. We're missing all of this great 3-wide battling for the lead. I mean, the reason I say it was the best, we saw a little 3-wide earlier, but we saw Truex up front, he got to the lead. Elliott dove low, went around both of them. Bubba went 3-wide all the way to the top from the bottom to make a run at it. And we just saw that all as they clipped quickly to commercial. Like, come on, man. Come on. Man, that is frustrating. That is absolutely, absolutely atrocious. 10 to go in the stage, so we better freaking stay under the... We better not have another commercial till the end of the stage. We shouldn't have had one in the first place, but whatever. I guess that's just Fox doing Fox things. 10 to go in the stage. Nine to go in the stage. So Bubba going to slide up from the bottom to the middle. He can't pick which lane. No third lane now. I can't see. Who's that lap car coming? Oh, is that Joey? That is. Joey Logano about to lose another lap. Or is that Michael? That's Michael. Okay, McDowell losing a lap. Joey is probably going to lose a lap. He's 30 seconds off. And with 8 laps to go and running 4 seconds slower, they will catch him by the end of the stage. All right, so out front it is Chase and Bubba side by side for the first row. Second row, Almirola and Truex. Third row, Harvick and Hamlin. Then the fourth row is our surprise row, Harrison Burton and Corey LaJoie. 8 to go as we hit the line. So yeah, the bottom seems to have the best run into the corner, and then the top lane seems to get the run on the straightaway. That 9 car finds his way to the front. He doesn't lead the stage, though. He only ends up at the front at the end of the stage. However, he manages to do it. I ain't going to complain. So 7 to go. Still 2 by 2. Elliott picking the bottom lane. I think that's the best place to stay right now, is to hang out on the bottom because it's a little risky. If Bubba puts you 3 wide middle or 3 wide top, the Toyotas are going with you and you got no help. So I definitely think the safest place to be is the bottom as far as not getting shuffled to the very back. Yeah, they will catch Joey in the next 6 laps. They'll probably catch him in the next 4 laps. Judging by where they're at, it may be faster than that. Because look at the lap time. Joey Logano is running 46s. Or sorry, not 40. He's running 53 to a 49. So that's 4 seconds a lap. He'll be there. Six to go. 5 when they get to the line. It's too bad we missed all that 3 wide racing. We literally, by the time we got back, it was down to 2 wide again. We missed it. We missed the 3 wide. Man, that's so frustrating. I really wish we could have seen it. I'll have to wait till Tuesday when the replay comes out. NASCAR always posts a full race replay like Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, the bottom lane's getting a tow off of Joey Logano. He's going to get split here. Cindric's going to go pick him up. The 14 is only 1 row behind him, though. So the 14 could still get the free pass. He's only 1 row back. Oh, AJ just got left up on the high lane by himself. Honestly, Logano, as much of an annoying move as that might have been, it was a safe move to keep from not getting the lucky dog. Four laps to go. Got to do what you got to do. I get it. And I don't think that one was egregious. I think the egregious ones are when you try to block the leader in that situation. That's when it's egregious. So not egregious so far. I don't think that was just him saying, well, I'm going to squeeze somewhere in the middle here. So he just made it so he had a shot to blend. If he's at the very top, he has no shot to blend, goes all the way to the back. So not a bad move. I mean, they sorted it out. Nobody got all out of shape and like had a real risk of a crash. So not bad. All right, coming around to 2 to go. Bubba's got that top lane wound back up. They're coming back forward a little bit. So they're back up to Kevin Harvick now on the high line. Harrison Burton in the top 10. Look at him roll today. Yeah, don't LePage it. That's what you definitely don't want to do. That's too big a run. You can't block that if you're Chase. There's no way you can block that. That is a huge push. Fantastic push from Truex. Coming around to the last lap of the stage. Coming around one more time. Let's see what happens. Good push so far. Into 3 and 4. Bottom lane. Pretty good push from the 10. He's going to have a shot to get there. They got a big clearing. Now he's going to have help from Kevin Harvick. Chase is just going to stay on the bottom. Almirola's going to get it at the line. Almost got 2 stages, but that was a great move. Props there, too. Chase could have pulled a dumb block and probably still won the stage and risk wrecking the field, but I honestly, props on just staying there and just taking what you can get. Because that would have been a risky spot. Now, if it's the end of the race, I do think he pulls the block there. When Eric goes high, I think he follows him up the track. That being said, shout out, Harrison Burton, top 5 in the stage. Noah Gragson, 10th. He'll get another stage point, his 5th stage point of the day. Joey Logano will get the free pass, and that will keep Chase Briscoe trapped a lap down. So a fantastic end of the stage there. A lot of good action. I tell you, that 3-wide racing for a minute there would have been fantastic. 19 stage points there, Diehard. I can't complain. 19 stage points. That is going to come in handy when trying to run down the playoffs if he doesn't win. I think he'll get one, but if he doesn't, he can get back to 16th yet. Let's see. How far out of 16th is he anyway? Playoffs. He's 130 points out of 16th place on the playoff grid. So 130 points, however, 16th place is Chase Briscoe. So he's already made up 19 of that and can make up more. So I'm not saying he will get there. I'm saying that it is definitely possible. And then in terms of the live driver standings, Christopher Bell not getting playoff points today, while Ross Chastain got a few early. Kevin Harvick's been getting stage points. That battle for the number 1 or the first place, for first place in the points, that one's going to be tough. Because at the moment, Truex is scoring stage points. Harvick is scoring stage points. We've got potentially up to a 5-car battle for first in the points. Yeah, good thing for Joey, he had a teammate there that was there to grab him and pick him up, because that was what really helped save him. I mean, I'll be honest, do I think Joey would do the same thing for his teammate? I don't know. I honestly don't know. He's not really, as a guy that likes Ryan Blaney, he has not had any help from any teammates, hardly ever. So the end of the second stage, we now have 67 laps to go. They will have to pit in stage 3 as well. I just hope it doesn't turn into a junkyard fest. Everybody's still running. Every single car is still running on the racetrack. All right, should be coming back to the broadcast here. Oh, they're showing the truck thing. Oh, they don't get back till Kansas, so they're not even running Dover. Tyler Reddick. It's kind of surprising how well Tyler's running after how hard he hit that wall. I mean, that is not a small hit. Chase Briscoe's in worse shape, and he didn't even hit anything because he got stuck. Bowman's got 9 stage points. Chastain with 8. All right, pit stops are going to happen now. Pits are open. Here comes the field. Bubba has looked very good today at just making things happen. All right, going to be 4 tires and fuel for, I assume, just about everybody. And on the N9 car, they are going to wait on fuel. They got him out, though. He will get out of pit road, probably in the top 2. So a lot better stop this time. Top 3. All right. Well, I'm going to do a quick commercial break of my own, and then my own pit stop, and I'll be right back for the green flag of stage number 3. All right, coming to the choose rule. Get my headphones back on. That was a choose rule, right? A lot of guys topping off here. I'm not sure if that's a huge deal because they only ran about 2 laps under yellow, so we're not talking a huge number of spots. Yeah, look at that gap. Like I said, he didn't have a huge closing rate. The 9 could have definitely probably gotten there if he had to. But that being said, like I said, I like the idea of just saying, you know what, I'm not going to wreck the field for a stage win. That being said, comes checkered flag time, it might be I'm going to wreck the field for a stage win, or for the race win. Okay, did they all choose already? Interesting choose. The top 3 all took the top. That's a little surprising. So I really wish we would have seen the choose rule, because that would have actually been a storyline. So the bottom lane is going to consist of Wallace, Burton, and Gregson, or Gregson, I think is how he likes it said. Anyway, and the top lane is going to consist of Almirola, Hamlin, and Elliott. So a very interesting choose rule that just took place. All right, back to the green flag we go. Almirola on the high side, Bubba Wallace down low. Pushers are Hamlin and Burton. Ooh, it's getting real stacked up front. That bottom lane was really jammed together. Everything smooths over. Wallace is now clear for the lead. He's going to slide up. Wow, that was tight. That was really, really close. Now, there's a lot of laps to go, so there's no reason to get super crazy here. Gregson with a good push to Harrison Burton on the bottom. Here comes Burton to the lead. Harrison Burton and Noah Gregson. That bottom lane's got a great run. Question is Noah content enough to stay in second? And I think he should be. That's a good spot to be. Because also, like I said, top lane's a risky lane to be in. So we have a lot of laps to go. Like, there's 60 laps left in this race yet. So this is not the stage where you need to go start smashing everybody's back bumper off just to try and move forward. You got 60 laps, plus a cyclist stops. So this is definitely a stage where it's much more like, let's just get in and ride, push where you can, make some moves where you can, but not going to go knock somebody into the fence for, for trying to get a couple rows on lap 128. There's Reddick. He's actually recovered all the way to 8th position. You can see all the tape on his car. All right, let's see what happens coming out of 2. The top lane's starting to get a run. Noah will tuck back in line. He looked like he was peeking. All right. On the bottom, looks like the battle for second will heat back up. Bubba on the high side, but Truex right on the back of that 42. Going to keep him in that spot. Can Burton sweep the weekend? That would be something. Big run on the high lane coming. Bubba got a great shove from Almirola. But Harrison Burton will still hold on the bottom. So they're still 2 by 2 all the way back. Noah, great shove to Harrison Burton. Going to send him out in front as they head off into corner 3 and 4. Bottom lane got a great run. Now they have cleared all the way back to like 5th on that bottom lane. Obviously, 59 to go. Long way to go here. Oh, Ryan Blaney in the lead. We missed it, but Ryan Blaney to the lead. Come on, man. How do you miss that? You're showing a guy who's literally running in 22nd, and you miss a change of lead. Oh, man. That sucks. So Blaney was on the bottom lane. They got 4 or 5 cars clear, slid up in front of Bubba, and took a huge run to the front. Now it's Blaney and Harrison Burton side by side for the lead. Their pushers are Bubba and Gregson. Did Almirola get ahead of Bubba somewhere? No, it still shows him behind. I'm not sure. There's a ticker issue there. Under commercial we go again. It's okay. We didn't want to watch the racing anyway. NASCAR absolutely, under their next contract, needs to negotiate no green flag commercials. That has to be in the negotiating. It kills your sport. I mean, if you have too many commercials, your fans are more likely to say, well, nothing's happened for 15 minutes because of this long commercial break, so I'll just head over to baseball or football or hockey, and I'll go watch that instead because this one's literally not on TV. We're here for the commercials. All right. So Burton is currently out front still. That bottom lane is staying really well kept. So it's Burton and Gregson and Blaney and Bubba. I like all of these guys. Harrison Burton, probably my least favorite. Sorry, Boost, just the way it is. I was a DiBenedetto guy, so kind of salty about that change of driver. Plus, I never thought he was that good in Xfinity. I mean, personally, I thought he really underachieved. But, that being said, I really don't mind if anyone in the top, probably the top 12 wins today. Obviously, I'm rooting really heavily for the guy in 9th and the guy in 4th right now. Those are my heavy rooting interests. Sorry about that, Boost. I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna be that rude. Let's be honest here. If we look at his Xfinity and truck stats, they were nothing that screamed Cup ready. You know? I think there's a fair point to that. To be honest, though, Casey Kane's stats didn't say Cup ready either, and he went out and lit it up. Obviously, that didn't happen with Burton, but, you know, just saying it, sometimes it's, you know, they take a shot because you can take a shot. Who is... Yeah, okay, that's Blaney. So, yep, still 2x2 all the way back. So, yeah. I mean, let's be real here. The top lane has the favorites. The bottom lane has the underdogs as they run. Good push on the bottom. Noah's now clear if he wanted it. I think he's in a good spot to just stay on that bottom lane. I don't think I want to jump up in front. Look at that big run by the 23 and the 12. Yeah, Hamlin is the thing was at that time, though, Xfinity had a lot less horsepower. So some guys, the extra horsepower just worked for them, and some guys it didn't. That extra horsepower worked really well for a lot of the guys that came out of late models and dirt racing. Oh, no. The Kim Cam is back. It was a meme from the 90s. It doesn't mean we want it back. .52 laps to go. Bottom lane starting to get a little bit of a move, but, I mean, let's be honest. We all know what's going to happen. Bottom lane's going to go forward. Top lane's going to go forward. And as long as both guys are committed to their lane, they're just going to stay side by side. Which is okay. They're going to be able to click off laps and hopefully not crash, and that's going to allow this race to really come down to the end. Top lane getting real stacked up. Boy, they're trying, but that bottom lane, great push from Noah Gragson. That's really keeping that bottom lane in it because he didn't have a lot of help behind him. 51 to go. Staying 2 by 2 as they run. So quick notice, Joey Logano has only gotten up to 30th after the restart. He has made up some spots, but not a ton. Meanwhile, Michael McDowell's about to lose his third lap. That's pretty much nail in the coffin. He'll be done for the day. Just doesn't have the speed he needs to maintain. Obviously, something was off on that car from the way it hit the wall, and so, yeah, that lap right there pretty much ends his competitive day. I mean, it was already ended just speed-wise, but it's a little more ended. So Chase Briscoe is currently sitting in the free pass position. BJ McLeod is the only one he's battling for it at the moment. Now, after pit stops, penalties, things like that come into play, then everything sort of shuffles again. .49 laps to go. So as they run, they are 20 laps into the run, 48 to go. They'll have to pit with somewhere close to 18 laps to go. I say 18 to 15. Did I say 18 to 15? Yeah, they will have to pit 18 to 15, somewhere in that ballpark. A Chevy pushing a Ford or a Toyota pushing a Ford. So they're both staying fairly equal at the moment. It's a good mix, though. We got Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Toyota, Chevy, Ford. It's a good mix. We don't have like a bunch of a certain brand at the top. A little bit of a lacking for Chevys. It's Gregson, Jones, Elliott, but some of that just goes by where they shook out. Obviously, they've run well and scored points today, so. But yeah, 48 to go. Like I said, they pitted somewhere. I think they pitted on lap 120-something. So they're getting close to 20 laps on this set of fuel. But again, they can go over 40, 42 to 46. So they will be able to, or they will come back in and pit. Oh, we got a caution. Burton just went around. We got to... Oh, Austin Dillon sliding around behind him. We got a big contact. There's somebody back there. Who is that? Looks like it was just a tough push. So Burton got a little bit of a bad push from Gregson going into the corner. Good news is, car looks okay. I don't see any dings, dents, damaged, bends. It looks like the car is in good shape. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, they are just on the outside edge of fuel range. So let's see what happens. I think it's just a bad push from Noah here. Off into the corner, gets a bump. Another bump. Oh, yeah, just that one sent him sideways. No, I'm trying to see. There's a little contact there. I don't know what happened to Austin. I think he just made a mistake, but it looks like he had a little wall contact or something. So the good news is he is okay. The car is not destroyed. The bad news is he went from the lead to the very back of the field. So just a badly timed push from Noah. Definitely a rookie mistake on that as far as when he put that in there. And unfortunately, Zane Smith got the worst of it in the back and just clobbered the wall. Him and Austin Hill have damage from that more than, Harrison Burton. So Harrison Burton will be able to continue. I doubt the 38 will, and the 62 has a lot of damage. We'll see if he's able to continue. Chase Briscoe will get the free pass. We'll get back for pit stops after a quick ad on my channel because we're also under commercial for the race. So be right back in just a second. Honestly, Fox had a pretty good angle of that spin. That was actually kind of impressive. Yeah, Zane Smith, I think, is done. Austin Dillon might be done, too. We're not sure. So, yeah, like I said, everyone's going to come in here and top off. I think this is the outside of the fuel window, so they can make it to the end on fuel from here. All right, they're going to show a replay here real quick. See, it's a bump just a little bit early on entry. It wasn't, I mean, we've seen bumps in that ish of an area. Like, it's not dead center of the corner, but, it was Joey. Joey got in the back of Zane Smith. Joey had ARCA brakes. See. Oh, yeah, that's a lot harder contact for Dillon than I thought. Hill may not have as much, but the 38 is toast. I think he's done. Front row having a tough day with the 34 out back, 38 out back. All right, here we go. Coming to pit road this time by. Let's see what we got. All right, on to pit road they go. Dillon is still sitting on pit road, but he's just sitting there. I think they're going to keep him out of the way. I mean, it's a racing incident. I'm going to laugh a little bit at it. All right, on pit road. Where's the clock? I didn't even know how much fuel everybody's getting. They got to get this thing packed full. It's got to be absolutely packed full. 44, I think they're well within the fuel window at this point. Ryan Blaney will win the battle off pit road. Inadvertent push, but again, Harrison Burton's car is okay. The one that's in trouble was the 38, and that was from a collision in the back of the field. That Martin Truex Jr. had a good shot of that. He had a good angle for that crash, you could see. I mean, hey, at least it didn't take out the field. And again, yeah, it was a spin, but he was able to keep it rolling and not to get any damage. Gregson is told they cannot make it from here, so they obviously don't think they can go 44 laps. I don't know. They got at least 2 more laps of caution. It's going to get down to 42. I mean, you should be able to save enough fuel, I would think. The only guy I think that I would think is in trouble going forward would be the leader. The guys in the very, very front might not. They'll burn a little bit more fuel. But I got a feeling everybody else should be able to save. Like, I don't want to lead right now. I don't want to lead these last 44 laps. I want to be in 3rd, 4th, 5th in line on my row. Because I can still move forward by making a couple moves. But I definitely don't want to be leading because I'm going to burn more fuel. Interesting. They said he's short, but I feel like you should be able to save it unless they didn't pack it full. That's possible. All right. I'm going to throw another ad in real quick just because I got nothing else to add. I'm scrolling Twitter. I'll let you know if I find something. I'm not going to mute the mic. I'll leave it here for you guys that don't have, that you guys that have premium, so that way you guys can say skipped on it, but let's see here. Let's see. That's yesterday's. Why is that here? Any other new updates? Bob has nothing. Oh, okay. Bounces, yeah, okay. I was going to say, it sounded like he said he'd been pushing him there all day, but yeah, caught him at just the wrong spot on that bump. I couldn't tell what was going on Harrison's radio. Did they say they wanted a penalty for him? I don't know what we would want for a penalty on that. Unless I heard it wrong. It might have been they were worried about getting a penalty on pit road. So that might have been what they were talking about, because otherwise I don't think that's what they were looking at. That would seem weird to me. So Dylan and Zane Smith are done for the day. They will finish 38th and 37th. 2 more spots for Michael McDowell. Topping off is Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher. They have enough fuel there. Yeah, again, it is on Noah. He still bumped him in a bad spot. That's not, but doesn't excuse it. But it is not like it was a rookie mistake of just, what are you doing, idiot? Like, it was a little bit more of just really poor timing, considering he had been able to push in that spot earlier, just didn't get him on the bump. All right, I'm trying to see how many people think they're close on fuel, because from what I can tell, most people thought they said they could make it, but maybe this is not the case. All right, they're going to be coming back around to the green. It's going to be Blaney on the bottom, Bubba up top. So Bubba's going to have a pusher of Denny Hamlin. Blaney will have a pusher of Eric Almirola. Truex, third row outside. Noah Gragson, bottom row, 3 back. Yeah, we might not be done with yellow, so fuel might not be an issue. I always like to look ahead just in case, because that could affect how they race. If you're a guy like Chase, fourth row outside, you're not moving forward. I'm going to stay right there and save as much fuel as I can for the next 42 laps. I want to save all the fuel. All right, we're back to green. Off into turn 1. Bottom lane with a little bit of an advantage. Seems like they're a little better packed, but not clear yet now. Blaney has cleared for the lead. So now they do have a clearing for the lead. All bunching up on the bottom. Top lane, meanwhile, stretching out and getting a nice lead down the backstretch. 41 to go. It's crazy how much of a run the bottom lane gets through the corner. Blaney with a good side draft. He's going to end up leading coming out of the corner. But the push is going to come to Bubba once they hit the straightaway. .40 laps to go. So 2x2 all the way back. Trying to see. I thought I saw a third lane starting to develop in the back. I wonder if Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher are looking at that. They drafted so well at Daytona, I would not be surprised if they tried to run the top and get moving to the front. 3 Toyotas all nose to tail on the front, on the backstretch. And they are getting good pushes. So still 2x2 all the way around. Probably, I think he came in and topped off. 43 came back in and topped off, Jaden. 40 to go. Still a good battle up, or not I should say battle, but still good organization up front. Now the top lane, I'm trying to see who's in it. Is that the 43? Yes, the 43, the 24, the 99 up in the third lane, trying to see what they can do. So Bubba Wallace out front now. He is clear of both lanes if he chooses. Trying to see what that top lane can do. It's all coming down to how big a shove can you get. .39 to go. Trying to keep an eye on Twitter to see if the pit strategy is good or not. You would, no offense to Fox, but I would have hoped that their pit reporters would have been reporting on this. It's kind of important if they can make it on fuel or not. Obviously, Stenhouse, Keselowski, and Buescher think they can make it from here, so they say hammer down, go as far forward as you can, as fast as you can. So they obviously think they are good with the top off, but we're not sure on the rest, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm still looking to see if there's any more updates from Bob on who can or cannot make it. Oh, look at that. Ty Gibbs going to slide up. Now that third lane made enough ground up. Can they continue to go forward? It really checked up the top lane. The top lane went, or the middle lane, sorry, went multiple rows further back. Bottom lane, 3 rows clear of the middle lane, who is then a couple rows clear of the top lane. 19 going to give a good shove to the 54. They're going to go 1. They're going to go 2. They're going to go all the way to the front. 54 up high. He's going for the lead. But the bottom lane's going to hold strong. Now the third lane starting to build. Priest on the high side. He's getting closer. He's up to 14, or sorry, up to 9th. 9th on the track in the top lane. Are you serious? This, you better be kidding me. All right, and at least it's side by side, but still. Every time they get 3 wide, Fox is like, no, sir, commercial time. Like, come on. Priest is up to the top 3 rows. That top lane is not just coming, it's there. It's got a couple more rows and it'll be up front. They lose so much in the corner, but how much can they gain down that straightaway? That's where all the gain is made for that top lane. They have so much speed down the straightaways. Pretty good shove through the middle for Ty Gibbs. But they are 3 by 3 from about the 4th row on back. $35 to go. Everyone trying to position themselves up at the front. Almirola with a pretty good shove to Blaney, but Truex keeping a good shove. Meanwhile, Eric Jones with a rocket shove to the back of Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece is side by side for 2nd. Falls back in the corner. Definitely lost a little bit of it there. That high lane, you just don't have that speed, or the short distance, I should say. But on the straightaway, boy, they just keep coming back faster and faster every time. Good shove from Jones to the back of Preece. Ryan Preece around the outside. He's up as far as the leader. Does he go fill the middle? No, he's going to stay up top. Ty Gibbs now to the inside. Blaney clear out front. Oh, look at all the pushing. Oh, that makes me nervous. Getting real tight up here. I don't know. This looks like a disaster waiting to happen. 41 up top, 54 in the middle, 12 down low, 3 by 3 all the way to the back. Okay, this racing is great. I'm so glad we're under commercial. At least it's side by side, but still. Like, come on. Great push from the 19. They're going to get the 54 out there by at least a lane. 54 is going to get to choose which lane to block, but which one do you choose? Kind of bored right now. I don't know how you can be bored. This is about where you wanted it. Bottom lane, great run through the corners. It is 3 by 3 all the way back. No pit stops should be needed from here on out, I believe. Boy, all 3 lanes just pushing for the lead, and it doesn't look like any of them have a great advantage. Once they hit the corner, the bottom lanes start to pull up on the top lane, but the top lane gets such a run on the straightaways. The third lane has formed. Look at them go. Here comes Gibbs up the middle with a big push. 33 laps to go. Preece has now fallen 3 rows deep on the high side. That run Preece had seems to be stalling. They're going to keep pushing. Ryan Preece with a huge push. Eric Jones is just absolutely knocking the back bumper off trying to get him forward. Eric Jones is a great car for pushing right now. That car can push. Goodness gracious, look at him go. It's Fords on the bottom, Toyota's in the middle, and a whole conglomeration of people up top. $31 to go. Still a long way. This is far from over. A lot of guys just working to position themselves where they want to be when the final 10 laps come around. So as they run, the bottom has started to take a little bit of a lead. Oh, Blaney's not even running full throttle. That is interesting. So Ryan Blaney is running partial throttle to keep the field close to him. That's how he's keeping the bottom lane going quickly, is he's making sure that he doesn't go too far out front. He's partial throttle, and the 10 has yet to catch him. Huge push from the middle. They both ran partial throttle, and the 54 and 23 are going to go right past them. Oh, this racing's getting good, guys. Meanwhile, the top lane has faded. They are as far back as 9th now on that top lane. $29 to go as they run. Trying to see it. Not a lot of movement going on. A lot of guys sticking in their lanes. $29 to go. Blaney out front. Almirola pushing. Gibbs, Gregson, Bubba Wallace, all in the top 5. Brian Priest has faded to 13th. The top lane has sort of died out. A lot of people bailed on that lane, including Ryan Priest. He's ducked down in line. In the corner, Gibbs in the middle. I should say the middle. He's the only car on the outside of Blaney. $28 to go. Oh, no, this better not be full screen. We just went like 10 laps ago. So bottom lane and middle lane kind of staying even right now. That top lane has completely fizzled out. So they're able to get it organized once in a while, but it seems like they just can't keep it going. Joey Logano, the last car up there, he is all the way at the back now, it looks like. Oh, wait, that might be McDowell. Sorry, that's McDowell. Although Logano's pretty far back there, too. He's in 30th. So even after the speeding penalty, he is all the way in the back. Now, that being said, 27 to go. There's still plenty of time. However, it does appear that it's a little harder to go from back to front compared to years prior. Joey's going to go back to the high line. Does he have help? He's got help. It's going to be, it's the best pusher in the field. Eric Jones on the back of Joey Logano. Let's see what they can do. They're at the back of the field. They may as well try and see what they can do with it. Somebody else jumping in line there. See if they can rebuild the outside lane. Four Toyotas in the middle, all really tightly packed together. 25 to go. Hopefully this will be... I doubt it's our last commercial if it stays green, but I hope it is. Ooh, top lane starting to get some momentum. Ricky Stenhouse bailed out of the middle and has jumped up high. I think that's Corey LaJoie pushing Ricky Stenhouse. The third lane is back. These cameras are tough. Top lane trying to get a push. They just can't seem to get enough momentum going. Burton up the middle. He's up past Stenhouse now. Move Harrison Burton back into the top 20. "23 laps to go." Starting to click the laps away. Man, Ryan Preece, I think next time he gets a shot on that high lane, he's going to pull down. "23 laps to go." Blaney, Almirola, Gibbs, top 3. And that top lane just isn't moving. I would think it would go farther than that. They lose so much ground in the corners, they have to make up all that ground on the straightaways. "21 to go. Laps ticking away. A lot of those guys out back have to move forward or they're not going to get there in time. Brad Keselowski is one of those guys. He is currently running 25th. They've made a little ground, but not enough. Big run on the high side now. Stenhouse coming. All right, outside lane. Good push there. The very outside just can't quite get there. I say outside, I meant middle, the Ty Gibbs lane. They are now side by side with the leader. Oh, bottom lane about to get a huge push. Boy, that middle lane just stacks up a couple times each corner. It's allowing the outside lane to get a little closer each time. Ooh, tough collision there. 5 in the 8. 19 to go. The laps continue to tick away. This has been a much better race once they figured out they can run the top lane. This has been objectively a better race once they got that third lane rolling. The middle lane is starting to fade now. Bottom lane, 4 cars clear of the second lane. Top lane now starting to build a little bit, but I think they're mostly slowing the middle down. I don't know if they're actually gaining on the bottom. The bottom lane seems to be a good spot to be at the moment. So the middle lane has been, at this point, pulled back to the outside lane, and the bottom has pretty much pulled away. As they run, the bottom lane is clear by almost 10 cars, almost 11 now, clear of the outer lanes. $16 to go now. They've stayed clean. I'll give them that. That's the part that I'm pretty impressed with. Oh, Larson about went high, decided against it. Was looking to potentially block the Ty Gibbs run. And now the middle lane is coming back as the outside lane begins to fade. Good pushing to the back of the 54. He is already coming back. 16 laps to go. Middle lane has rebounded. Stenhouse is trying on the high side. At this point, he's just slowing himself and them down. There's nothing left for him up there. You can see he's side drafting absolutely crazily on the 45. I mean, there's no room left at this point. I think he's just got to give up and pull back in. There's no cars left up there. At least have the middle moving so you have a shot to go forward. Now the middle lane is coming back. Now that the outside lane has fallen back far enough, the middle lane is making a rebound. Michael McDowell pulling to pit road. Meanwhile, the 54 back up alongside, coming for the lead. The bottom lane has had a huge advantage, and the middle lane has recovered. They are right back where they were before. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody pulled into the high lane. I mean, I think it's the risk. So far, the bottom lane has really paid off well. That bottom lane hasn't fallen back. They've stayed very consistent. All right, as they roll, still side by side. Somebody's going to have to make a move. If you're too far back here, you're going to have to start making moves forward. Ooh, tough push to the back of the 54. Got him a little sideways, but they maintain. Whew. All right, here we go, guys. 13 laps to go. Tension building. I mean, if you're 5th, 6th row on back, you got to start thinking about making moves. I mean, if you're in the position... Oh, wow, he's getting lapped again. Goodness. If you're in the position right now of Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott's back there, or Justin Haley, you might have to start looking at making something work because you're running out of laps, and you don't get there in just 1 or 2 laps. You need to get a solid run building first. $11 laps to go as they go. They are side by side all the way back. Ten laps to go as they get to the line. Boy, this is getting dicey. 54 out front, but the bottom lane's coming back. Toyotas have started to make good pushes on that high lane. Middle lane, I should say. I think that was Joey just peeked out of line. Third lane trying to get moving. Here comes the 9. He's going to the high side. Going to get in front of his teammate, Alex Bowman. Oh, look at that high lane. Everyone migrates to the top. And the Toyotas are all high now. Justin Haley, the last car in the middle. Big run down the backstretch for the high lane. No help for Bell as the 9 goes inside. Logano has rebounded. Look at where he's at. All the way from the back. He's found his way now into the top 15. Harrison Burton's got to make moves. He's 25th. They got to get moving. 8 to go. You don't have all day. You got to get getting closer to the front. Ooh, bottom lane now 3 rows clear. Now if you're the 42, do you move up? 7 to go. They're going to stay in line. 7 to go. Oh boy, is it getting intense. I like how they've kept it clean though. Cars aren't wrecked. You know, that's a good sign. LaJoy and Stenhouse are up on the very top lane. Outside's going to have to start making some moves. I think Hamlin's got to be the pusher. He's just a better pusher. He's either got to lead the lane or be a pusher. I don't think you want Hamlin third in line. I think you got to get Hamlin up further in that line if you want the outside to move. Six laps to go. Bottom lane is starting to get a run. Here comes Chastain. I got a feeling he's going to move up. If you're Chastain, this is your shot. You got to move up here. Got to go for it. Oh, he didn't go for it. Maybe on the next straightaway. I think if you're Ross, though, you got to move up and give yourself a shot here. Oh, there's a crash! Joey goes around! The big one! Well, I say the big one. Not actually as bad as we look. Harrison! Nope, he nosed it. And there is the caution. And this is going to get absolutely insane. Stenhouse wrecked. Car's destroyed. Well, destroyed. He's done, I assume. Still running, but... 5 to go. I guess we're going to go back into green-white checker territory. Oh, LaJoie's got damage. Now, what do you do on the choose rule? I assume the 3 Fords are going to pick the same lane. If I'm Noah, I got to go opposite if they don't pick. All right, let's see what happened here with Logano. Oh, huge run. Oh, just right on the exit. Man, he even checked up, and it just didn't work. Well, oh, crap. I didn't want to see that. I mean, I got a feeling this is about to turn into a total junkyard, and I really don't like the idea of that. That side draft pulls the 22 back. It wasn't even that big a hit, honestly. Just tough timing. Byron comes down, hits Burton. Burton goes around. I didn't see how bad Burton hit the wall. Obviously, that's going to end his competitive day, but he was in the back anyway since that spin. Now, if there's multiple green-white checkers, are they good? That's an interesting question. All right, BJ McLeod to free pass. Restart when we come back. I'm going to do a quick break as well, I guess. Alrighty. Still 31 cars on the lead lap. I believe the last 2 of those are in pretty tough shape. But I'm going to say about 28 competitive cars left on the racetrack. Current running order: Blaney, Almirola, Gragson, Harvick, Chastain, Larson, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, your top 8. They will choose the front 4 rows most likely. I don't know if Almirola goes in the same lane as Blaney, then I assume Gragson will choose the other line and try to lead it and maybe get help from Chastain or Kyle Larson. Otherwise, if they do choose the same lane, I assume Noah will choose the bottom. That has been working well for him so far today. And if Almirola goes high, then I assume then Harvick will go high with him. Meanwhile, Ty Gibbs fell all the way back to 8th right before that caution. I think Denny Hamlin's got to be pushing whatever lane he's in or in the lead. I just don't think you can have Denny not be one of those two guys. He's too good at it. All right, working on repairs for the 22, the 7, some of those cars, but tough shape for sure. All right, cars off pit road, and we are in overtime. Officially, we are in overtime. We will have extra laps. Coming to pit road, a lot of cars in the back, topping off, maybe taking some fuel, trying to weigh the back of that car down a little bit, make it a little bit faster. We'll see if that works out. It might be worth something. Who knows? I don't want a junkyard boost. Don't do that. We don't want a junkyard. I need to make a pit stop, but I ain't stepping anywhere near away from this. It's 4 laps to go, which means it's going to be another hour. Hear that? If there's another caution, a lot of guys are going to have to come in. Just a small bump, but man, it just caught him at the wrong time. Oh, he's done. So Harrison Burton will finish 35th. No, 36th. Michael McDowell is probably going to catch him. The hook of shame. Meanwhile, trying to see Brad Keselowski up to 12th. All right, guys. Still waiting to see. Winless streak. So that's right. Ryan Blaney's on a pretty long winless streak. 80 for McDowell, 78 for Justin Haley. 71 races, 59 races. Hell, the entire top 5. Well, Harvick's not on that much of a streak. A lot of cars up front that need wins. Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point, from 15th, it's going to take like some miracle of starting in the 7th row on the outside, peaking high immediately, and just getting a huge push. I mean, it's going to take that level of insanity to get to the front. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's a long shot. I think your Talladega winner is currently in the top 4 rows. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think it's somebody in the top 8. So, yeah, it could be Gibbs, Busch, Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Gregson, Almirola, Blaney. Those are the guys I think have the best shot. Obviously, it's still anyone's race. You never know. Someone could get a crazy run on the high lane with a perfectly timed push, but it's going to take quite a bit. All right, coming to the push, or the push, come to the choose. Here they come. Blaney low, Almirola low, Gregson high, Harvick low, Chastain, Larson, Busch high. Okay. It's going to be 3 Fords on the bottom, 3 Chevys up top. Larson will be in 3rd row, but the pusher is Chastain. We saw how he pushed earlier. I think he's got a shot. No, Elliott started like 5th or 6th. He started 3rd row inside. Then he poked up to the outside lane, and that's how he got to the front. But he was in the front 8. And you have to make that move fairly early. Noah's going to have a shot. Let's go. It's going to be Blaney and Noah on the front row. That doesn't mean that's how it's going to end, but we'll see. I kind of want to see the full field so I can see who starts where. Because there's some cars that just got fuel recently, and those cars will have their spoilers lower, which could mean a lot more speed. So it's possible that there are some fast cars in the back that could really make up some good time. All right, guys. I wish we could stop seeing onboards so we could see the big screen. Zoom out, please. Okay, no. Woo! Talladega, guys! What else are you going to ask for, I guess? I'm going for Blaney, Noah. I like all the guys in the front row. I just hope, please, no crashing. Please, no big one. I don't need more crashes. Everyone's done such a good job so far today. Yeah, if I'm Elliott, he's high lane. I think you just got to poke 3 wide immediately and just hope that Bowman can give you a massive push. You have to have it. Fans on their feet. Into the restart zone they come. Green flag back in the air. Chastain right to the bumper of the 42. And a great push on the high side for the Chevys. A little out of shape as they hit the corner. Oh, Chastain going to shuck him high. Oh, he wrecked him. He trashed the... Oh, Chastain. Oh, man. Hard hit for Kyle Larson there. Oh, come on, Ross. Just shoved him high and then just stuffed it in the middle where there wasn't room. Spun him right in front of the field. Come on, Ross. Look, he's in the side of the 10 car on the bottom. That's how little room there was on the bottom lane. I mean, come on, dude. If you have to hit the car on the bottom to make a hole, then there's not a hole. Gosh dang it. Now a lot of guys are coming for fuel. They are out. They are not going to make it. There's Harvick's coming. A lot of them are going to have to come get fuel. Right in front of Harvick has damage. That's actually probably from the... That's probably from the 1 or the 42. Oh, man. And there's going to have a lot of laps under yellow here. There's going to be... Someone's going to stay out. Man, Noah did a good job all day. Just, I said, that's what worries me. I get worried when a guy's a good pusher and really aggressive, you know. I mean, hold on. Now, do what you got to do is a thing, but, I mean... When you hit the guy on the bottom lane, you create a wreck. Yeah, he got him loose, and then there's nothing else he could have done. Then poor Larson, he comes up, and the 41's in the gas and hits him hard. That is a hard hit for the 5. Had a good day going. Like I said, they're... Like they say, don't give an F to her. It's the Ross Chastain, don't give an F. He don't care who in front of him. He'll punt him out of the way and crash him the whole time. I guess that's his mantra. Oh, man, that stinks. I mean, again, he was just trying to push him hard at first, you know, once he got him out of shape. But once he's loose, he just tries to tuck inside real quickly, and there wasn't room. I mean, Almirola's on the apron. You know, there just wasn't room for it. Man, what a shame. That was a hard hit for Ryan Preece. And the 5, he got the worst of it. So watch Preece. This is going to suck. So he's going to gas it up. And then, boom. That's a... Man, I hope Larson's all right. That was harsh. It's always Ross's fault. I mean, like I said, some of it's a racing deal, but there's another element where you're just like, I don't know. You know, they were out of shape getting into the corner. Caught him in the right rear. You can't hit there. And once he got kind of washed high, he tries to tuck inside, and there just wasn't room. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, hey, let's be real. He got the spot. Like, he's in... Actually, he has to pit, so he's actually screwed too. A lot of cars on pit road, they can't make it. So Chastain can't even make it on fuel now. Screwed himself, I guess. I don't know. Well, I don't know about a concussion because he didn't get hit in the rear, but... I mean, he flat out broke the bars on that car. Ryan Preece got his payback on Kyle Larson from Bristol. Oh, I guess so. Goodness. 62 getting a free pass here. Is there enough laps left? Whoa! The roll cage broke? Oh, yikes. Man, that's a hard hit. I mean, that thing... Oh, man. Look at them rattling the seat there. Man, look at how he just stuffed it in there. Man, that just frustrates me, dude. It just frustrates me. Like, I don't know. I guess he's just gonna keep doing it. I can't. I get it. He got a guy out of shape and didn't want to have to try and push him, but I don't know. Just seems like it reminds me of early days Keselowski, where you're dooring and running into people constantly, and eventually you just calm down and realize that it doesn't pay out. You end up hurting your car too often. That roll bar, yeah, the 5's door bars were ripped out of it. I mean, it broke the bars. That's a little concerning. And with the extended cleanup, I don't know how many people can make it. Trying to look here. Last pit lap. I can't tell when they last pitted. Is Blaney pitting? God, I got a bad feeling someone's going to run out of fuel in front of the field, and then there's going to be another one of these. I mean, Blaney's been out front that entire run. I just don't know how he's going to have enough fuel. Yeah, one more overtime and a bunch of these guys are coming back. It's Kyle Busch on the high side. He's been in the back of the field all day, so he's got a better shot of saving fuel. Blaney is the one I'm concerned about because Blaney doesn't have that much fuel. The best car up front with fuel, I think, is third row outside, Brad Keselowski. Uh-oh, Hamlin's right in front of Chastain. 16 and 54, saving fuel on the apron, just trying to make sure their fuel pickup works. All right, here we go. Coming to the green flag. Gibbs out of fuel. Ty Gibbs was leading that outside lane for quite a while. He's out. Bottom lane really stacked up now. Eric Almirola's out. May have had a sputter there. Bubba going to the high side. Keselowski to the bottom. Blaney with Bubba. Final lap at Talladega underway. Blaney looking low. Blaney looking high. Bubba around! Kyle Busch is going to win this race. Kyle Busch with the win. Hard hits on the last lap. Kyle Busch going to get his second win of the year at Talladega. And a hard crash again. Another chunk of cars tore up. I didn't see who made it through because they flipped the camera too quick. They need to zoom out and see. I didn't see who got it. Kyle Busch had to stay out. He's got to make it to the line though. Kyle Busch returns to Talladega. His first win at Talladega since 2008. So these results are unofficial. We really don't know who's where because we didn't get a chance to see that accident. Shows Chase Elliott 14th on the day behind all the cars. I think he may have been wrecked. I can't quite tell. Where's Bubba and all that? 26th. Yeah, I don't know who finished where. I'm trying to look and see. Man, Ryan Blaney has been so close. Let's see here. Good push from Keselowski. The 23 goes high. Keselowski then dips to the low side. Almirola with a big shot to the 6. Big shot to the 8. And then Blaney looks to go low. Good block, honestly, for the 23. And then Blaney goes high and Bubba pulls just a bad block. Oh, Keselowski almost made it through. Eric Jones on the bottom. What a job making it through there. Trying to see. Yeah, they're going to have to do a timing and scoring because I think a lot of cars floored it to get to the finish line. Because it shows Zane Smith in 7th, or Todd Gillen in 7th. He was not in 7th. He floored it the rest of the way around the racetrack and just passed cars all the way to the finish line. So I don't think Todd Gillen's going to finish there. I think he's tricking the timing and scoring by flooring it through there, and I don't think that's where he's going to finish. I got to look again and see. All right, so here's the wreck that took out Bubba. I don't know when the caution comes out, but he was just not alongside him. Chris Buescher. Wait, what? Yeah, something's up with the timing and scoring because Chris Buescher I think Chris Buescher finishes 3rd, but Chase Briscoe somehow ends up in front of him. So there's enough issues here. Kyle Busch, listen to the cheers. Listen to the cheers there. 23 did what I would say he didn't do what he needed to do because he got wrecked. Live to fight another day. That's one that I think once Blaney's to your outside, you got to just say, you know what, he's there. I'm going to fight on the bottom and hope I get a good push from the 8. Don't get me wrong. I get why he did it. I'm not faulting him there. I'm just saying that he had a better shot to win if he doesn't pull that second block. The first block was good. The second one was bad. So we'll have to go see. Because like I said, I don't know. I'm sure they're friends. They'll talk it over. But it's. I think they both have a better shot to win if he doesn't pull that block. Because it wrecked them both. It wrecked Bubba. Didn't wreck Blaney. But still. Who's pulling up here? Cindric? What is going on with all these cars? Like I said, I don't know. The final running order is a little jumbled up right now. '23 is in 28th. I'm trying to look and see. So yeah, I got to see the final results. Like I said, some of these are not going to be correct because they're going to go by the last scoring loop and then going back around to the finish line. Yeah, I'm not saying what Bubba did was totally wrong, but at the end of the day, his best shot to win was to not pull that block. That was the best shot to win. Even if that block goes successfully, you're all out of shape, and the 8's got a big run down low. So, All right, let's see here. So the 23 goes around, hits the 6. The 2 and the 16 are in it. The 19's in it. The 36 goes around here and gets spun. So, yeah, I don't know. The final results are going to look really weird because they don't really know. I don't know what the scoring looks like. I also don't know how they score it. If you're spun sideways, are you considered in the wreck or not? Overall, guys, though, that was a pretty good race. I can't say that I was that disappointed. The 2x2 was there all day. We never got train racing going, so it stayed 2x2 and then sometimes 3x3. Honestly, I hate that it came down to a green-white checker. I hate the way that race finished. I don't know. I don't like the way that ended up going because I thought there was a potential for some really good cars that were up front to stay up front, and that green-white checker coming off the what was the caution for anyway? It was a couple cars that had spun, if I remember right, but yeah, when that late yellow came out, man, I mean, let's go to the cars that are all out of the race. Larson's out, Gregson's out, Gibbs out, Allmendinger out, Bubba out. Those are all top 10 cars in the last 2 laps that gone. Top 10 days. Guys, J.J. Yaley 8th at the time. Eric Jones 5th. Some of these guys getting up there. B.J. McLeod 12th. Like, we don't know. So, overall, though, I'm not saying I'm disappointed. They didn't tear up too many cars. By the end of the race, they tore up about 20 cars. So, still a lot, but, I mean, to be honest, that's not bad for the standards of Talladega anymore. So, can't wait for Dover. I'm excited to get back to the good real racetracks. Overall, like I said, solid race. Dover should be a fun weekend. Xfinity and Cup. And then the next weekend after that, there will be no stream. I will be down in Kansas. I might have a stream from the track if I can get a good enough signal, but historically, I don't have a good signal there. So, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and we will see you tomorrow with our next diecast review.